So there's been a lot of Indiana Pacers news today. I mean, just recently, 2 hours ago, Jalen Smith agreed to a 2-year deal to return to the Pacers. Very great move, first of all, by the Pacers front office. I mean, even though we can only offer him like $4.5 million, I want to say, he still took it. So that means he just loves the city of Indiana. And I think he's going to be great here. I mean, I definitely see him being a starter. He was very solid for us. And I think Malcolm Brogdon getting him moved will open up some more minutes, and I think Jalen Smith might be a beneficiary of that. So today we're going to go over some Pacers news, talking about what Jalen Smith means to the Indiana Pacers, the Malcolm Brogdon trade, and overall what's going to be happening with the Indiana Pacers in the offseason. So what's up? My name is Pacers Empire. If you like the video, drop a link below, subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it. Let's get into the video. So we'll start off with Jalen Smith. I mean, he's been absolutely amazing for us. I mean, over the season, played around, I don't even know, like, when did he get traded? I think he got traded on the trade deadline. So the second half of the season, he basically averaged 9 points per game, 6 rebounds with us, 6'10", 215 pounds. Great overall stats from Jalen Smith. He is 22 years old, so he's going to fit in with the time frame. You know, he was, the 10th pick in the 2020 NBA draft. He's been solid for us. I mean, looking at his shooting splits, 50% from the field and 33% from three as a power forward. He's going to help a lot of teams, and with the Pacers especially, I mean, he's going to slot right into the power forward position, because that's really our huge weakness, is that our forwards are pretty horrible. We did get Benedict Mathurin, but he's more going to be playing in the backcourt with Halliburton. So I think, Duarte, he can definitely play the three. Nothing too amazing there, but it's definitely not optimal to play Duarte to three, but you can really do if you want to. So I definitely would bring, TJ Warren back to kind of just fill out the small forward position, kind of just give us another scoring option on offense. But Jalen Smith, I mean, he's going to be that guy in the starting lineup. I think he's going to play well alongside Miles Turner. He did also average around 18 minutes per game, so I really expect his minutes per game to probably skyrocket to around 20 to 25 minutes around there. Nothing too amazing, but he definitely should be here for the future. I mean, Tyrese Halliburton, Benedict Mathurin, Chris Duarte, Jalen Smith, Miles Turner, Isaiah Jackson. We got all these guys on the roster. Even Fanbo Zhang, who I think has some potential. And we're talking about, one of the brighter futures in the NBA. I mean, the Pacers, they really turned around, I want to say like a 360 this whole season, because they were going to be contending. They had Sabonis, they had Malcolm Brogdon, still Miles Turner, TJ Warren, but now they really just, went to a rebuild, and it's definitely looking like one of the better rebuilds in the league and one of the quicker rebuilds, because they got a franchise guy in Tyrese Halliburton, and they still kept some pieces in Miles Turner, TJ McConnell off the bench. I mean, we still got some pretty solid guys. So looking at the Malcolm Brogdon trade, looking at his overall stats, first of all, I mean, Malcolm Brogdon, he was a 19 points per game scorer this season, averaged around 5 rebounds and 6 assists. He is 29 years old, and, over the season averaged around 45% from the field and 31% from three. So in my eyes, I think Malcolm Brogdon definitely starts. He just starts at the one. I think he just fits perfectly with that team and what they really need. They need someone that can, not only facilitate, but also play some great defense and just shoot the ball pretty great. And they also needed a fourth scoring option. I mean, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, they were getting it done in the finals, but, other guys like Robert Williams, Al Horford weren't pretty consistent. Marcus Smart wasn't consistent. So bringing Malcolm Brogdon, another guy that can score 19 points per game. And we're talking about a pretty great squad right there. Malcolm Brogdon, Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Robert Williams, or Al Horford, whoever they decide to start. And we're talking about maybe an Eastern Conference team. I mean, I think when we talk about the Celtics with Malcolm Brogdon, I think they're going to go pretty far. And not to mention their bench. I mean, they still have Derek White off the bench, Payne Pritchard. They got a lot of guys. I think the Celtics are going to be pretty solid for years to come. Now, for the Indiana Pacers side of things, I mean, they free up minutes for, obviously, Tyrese Halliburton to run, the primary point guard, and Benedict Mathurin running the two. So I think it's a pretty win-win move for both sides. I mean, Pacers, they got a first-round pick in exchange for Malcolm Brogdon, add on to their draft capital, put in a lot of filler players. I mean, Daniel Tyson, Aaron Naismith. I think Naismith could definitely be something for this team. I'm not going to be projecting star-level talent yet, or even, talent at that. But I think he's going to get some run on the team off the bench, and we can see what happens. So I think the Malcolm Brogdon move definitely needed to happen. Tyrese Halliburton, I think he's going to thrive without Malcolm Brogdon. He's going to be that primary guy, being the number one scoring option, and having guys like Benedict Mathurin and Duarte, being the second and third options. It's going to be pretty interesting to see what the Pacers are going to be like next season. I think I wouldn't be too surprised if they made the play-in. I'm not going to lie to you. I think most of us wouldn't expect the Pacers to be in the play-in. But I wouldn't be surprised if they made it because their squad, they're solid. I mean, they're young. They can kind of be like the Toronto Raptors of, this season, but they're probably going to be pretty bad. It's the Pacers. I mean, they're never really that good. Always been a mediocre team. But they definitely turned it around, and I think it's for the better. They traded Malcolm Brogdon, so hopefully they can keep Miles Turner. He's gonna be he's gonna be that glue guy on the team. I mean, gives us some pretty great shot blocking, one of the best shot blocking bigs in the league. Good 3-point shooting, and he holds some pretty high value in the trade market still. So they can decide to trade him if it doesn't work out. But I want to see them experiment Miles Turner with Halliburton and the other guys. So hopefully we can keep Miles Turner. Great move by the front office to keep Jalen Smith. Great, move to move Malcolm Brogdon for a first round pick and go Pacers. Since video, my name is Pacers Empire, and I'm out. Peace.